We are hitting stream. I'm going to wait. I think we have a picture. I don't even have my glasses on yet. Hey, we have a picture. Here we are. We are live. Hold on, I have to move the microphone over. Good morning, friends.
Hello, everybody.
How are we on this humid Monday morning? How are we today? Hey, book lovers here. And Valeria's here. And Patrick Loves Christmas is back. How you doing? Kermito's here.
At some point, are you going to just sit still or no? You're gonna go.
Yeah, it's probably not. Hey, Nixie is here. How are you, friend? Okay, hang on, Dalton. We're having some camera movement issues, and then I will ask him to share that. Hi from India. Lots of highs and hellos this morning.
Whoa.
Bethany Primrose has joined. Good morning, friend. Hey, Marguerite says, lurking from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Haven't seen you in a while, Marguerite. How are ya?
Marguerite.
How's life treating ya? You doing good?
You got everything okay?
I have everything okay. You just need to push the paper up just about a half an inch so we can see the whole paper. Up. No. Not the camera. Thank you. Now we can see the whole paper. There you go.
Zoom in?
I can zoom in. Yes, let me do that. I can do that. Hang on, guys. We are... Oh, nope, that's zoom out. Okay, now you just need to pull it down just a smidge. Perfect. Perfection. Okay. Let's see.
How is everybody?
We have hi from Long Island, hello from Brazil, hi from Utah. Poison up, hello, sorry I'm late. There's nothing on the paper yet. You haven't missed anything. What do we got here?
We're going to try this again with gouache, and I'm going to try to do it more of like a 1-to-1 size.
Okay. We're trying a mushroom with gouache. Gail's here. And Gail says, good morning from California, Marvelous Music Monday. It's summertime, which means every day is basically Blur's Day, except for today, because it's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Gail.
That's exciting. I won't ask how old you are, because none of us girls should have to tell. Second time catching a live stream. Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Leon says, morning, Scott and Donna. I've passed 150 days of daily drawing.
That's wonderful.
Wow, that's huge. Okay, so Dalton wanted to see your watercolor palette, but since we're doing gouache today...
Okay, the watercolor palette is right here.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Here you go, Dalton.
Okay?
Yeah, I can see it fine.
And this is my gouache palette.
And those have never been cleaned, ladies and gentlemen. Never been cleaned.
Okay. So...
Let's see.
I'm thinking this should...
Oh, Kermito finished a large animation project yesterday.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Good for you. How is your day going? I love your videos.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's still very early, so not much has happened, but... And I forgot to hit record.
Ruby Smith says, cast of Guys and Dolls says, good morning. Well, good morning to the cast.
Hello, the cast.
How are you? Toaster Oven says, morning from Greenfield Village.
Good morning, Greenfield.
We have another hello from India. Woo, Nixie's here with just the first cup of coffee. Kitty Lover is back after a break. Rubber Duck says anxiety, but it's been an okay day. I'm sorry about the anxiety. That is a real thing. A real thing. Saroja's here. Good morning.
Hey, Saroja.
Hi from Singapore. It is evening in your time zone. Well, good morning, good evening, and good night. What mechanical pencil do you use?
Is it Sakura?
I think so.
It's the
Naruto?
Studio Gimli one.
Yeah, the Studio Gimli.
Kurtoga.
There you go.
Uni Kurtoga.
It's an auto advance pencil, so when you're writing with it or drawing with it,
Not when you're drawing with it, but when you're writing with it.
When you're writing with it.
All right, blow dryer.
Oh gosh, already. Okay, hold on. I think it's this one. Good. We will hope that it is that one. And we will also say it is, our live is being sponsored this morning by Skillshare again. So yay for Skillshare, and thank you. And we've got a pin in the top of our comments that the first 100 people get a free 1 month trial. So you guys can check that out if you so desire. Let's see. Nick, your question is way too broad, honey. You're going to have to give me something a little more specific. Nixia, do not lick the palette. Yeah, that is not a catch-up situation. It is not.
All right, let's add a little bit of yellow.
Poison Up just finished storyboards for their cartoon and decided to celebrate with our live.
Oh, fun.
We're happy
yeah,
you're
that
here.
yellow is not going to work.
Dalton says thank you.
You're welcome, Dalton. I don't have a green that is going to... Oops.
Adar says, I love you both so much I can't express. Well, that's a lot of so I think we have a little bit of an idea. And we are sending love right back. This is a gouache day, not a colored pencil day.
So I don't know how to get that green to look like that with what I have. All I could do is this one green.
It looks pretty close to me, but...
No. The highlight part is going to just look...
Like
Let's
a highlight?
see. I'm going to try a little bit of white, but I'm going to see if I go white with a little bit of yellow to it.
Oh, Stormbringer says, good morning and happy belated Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
Yeah, see, that's too much yellow, so don't add yellow.
Formula Hans, where are you located? Because we don't have prices for budget watercolors in all the different countries. But here's what I'll tell you. Look at our resources page. Scott's got two sections. One are the colors and products that he uses. The other one is products that we've tried. So if you check that out, maybe there'll be something there.
Winsor Newton has a
Cotman set.
Cotman set, and that might be something you could try.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just, hold on, I'm just making a note here in my book.
Blow dryer.
Notes from time to time. Oh no, blow dryer again. Oh, no. Okay. All right, blow dryer. Let's see.
Maybe.
Art forever. What do you mean by the word support? Be a little more specific. Oh, Lego says I hit 220 subs because of your art tips.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Aww. Good morning from good old Europe. Currently redoing my nail polish.
Good morning.
I have to do that today, too. I think I'm going with black today because, it's gross and humid outside and I feel black. I'm feeling it. A little teeny tiny baby mushroom. What's up from Pakistan? Well, how are you is the question. We are hoping you are well. Do you have any tips for wrinkles and folds in clothing?
I think there's a short about that, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. You guys are cute. I love our mods. You're so funny. I've really been struggling with my art in terms of liking my art and not being comfortable in my current art style. Haha, any tips?
Are you struggling with your art and what was the other part?
And liking my artworks and not being comfortable in my current art style.
I got a couple videos about that. I would look to my video section. Don't look at the shorts, look at the videos. And but I mean, I struggle with that too. I think a lot of artists struggle with that, and it's really just a matter of um, looking at other artists that you like and taking what you can from them and seeing if adding that to your art makes it something that makes you happy.
Let's see. Hollow Home says, "Hello, hi Scott. First time watching your live stream. I love your videos. You inspired me to pick up my pen and paper again."
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Great. Lots of love from Ireland. Love the streams.
Oh, thank you.
We want to come to Ireland. Patricia asks, "Have you ever felt too tired to draw? For the last month, I've been unable to get up and draw something. I think college burnt me out too much." That's entirely
Of
possible.
course. I think a lot of times that's depression, or it could be medication, or you having some health issues, but very rarely is it art's fault. It's usually something else.
Well,
And
they said college burnt them out, so
yeah, so I mean,
that's
but
entirely possible.
art, you don't have to do art every day. It's for some people like me, it's something that makes me happy. What burns me out is creating content every day. That's tough when art becomes your job. Hold on a second. I'm going to look for another green.
Ooh, we're going to the drawer to look for another green.
Ooh, something happened to this drawer.
Hello. What's the matter?
Honey, nothing bad. No one died. I said something happened to this drawer. It just some of the colors fell.
Oh. I thought something exploded in the drawer or something.
What happened?
Or the dinosaur guy would like you to draw dinosaurs.
I have. There's a short look under the Nashville Zoo where we meet Betty White the iguana.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this
Rhinoceros
acrylic
iguana.
wash and see if it's a lighter,
Ooh, acrylic wash.
closer green, but we'll see.
Ooh, sploot.
That might work.
Let's see. What a cute little mushroom, says Tanish.
I got it from my friend Hollyana at the Ren Fair.
There you go. Because Shroomy was asking where that came from. Oh, Dark Snowfication says, happy morning. I applied to teach a fun watercolor class at my town's Summer Art and Music Festival. Fingers crossed I get in. Hugs, everyone.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we are fingers crossed for you. And Steph Nerd has arrived into the chat.
Hey, Steph Nerd.
Good morning, friend. Did you hear there will be an Umbrella Academy Season 4?
Oh, great.
Apparently August 8th. Do you guys have favorite Disney films? Mine is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Loved it since I was about 9.
I know I do. I think if I'd like to watch another movie again right now, it would probably be Tron. The second Tron, I forget the name of it.
Legacy?
Tron Legacy, yeah.
Mine's Beauty and the Beast. Not the live action version, the animated version. And whoever asked, I can't find your question, but yes, Scott has done animation before. And I don't know if, give me something specific because...
There's a video of some of my animations.
Yeah, asking for tips, guys, doesn't help. Be specific in your questions. If you have something you're struggling with, be specific about it and we'll answer it. But just tips doesn't, it's just too broad. Let's see. Ash Rain says, I had a painting due yesterday for an exhibition, which, by the way, yay. And oh my, I realized that people my age, 17, are so mean. Like it was a modern piece and the perception is up to the viewer, but they were so rude.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. It's not just 17-year-olds, I'll tell you that much. It is not. And you are right. Perception is up to the viewer, so I would just ignore them, even though they're rude. I'm sure it is a lovely piece. Loner LOL says, good evening. This is my first time that I get to watch your stream. Your tips in drawing are good, and I love the little mushroom.
Thank you very much. I tried this on Friday with colored pencils, and I don't think it really came out that great.
You were not happy.
Yeah, so I'm going to try it with gouache and see. But, and of course I stopped recording, so let me hit record again.
Because you walked away.
Jeez.
Hello.
I don't even know why I'm recording anymore.
Hello, love from Lebanon.
Hello. How is everything in Lebanon?
Let's see. Oh. You book lover, you're funny. What's your favorite thing to draw besides hair?
Besides hair? Mm-hmm. Gosh, you took away the best thing.
Yeah, they want to pigeonhole you.
Well, I like drawing places when I am in that place. Not really fond of landscapes when I'm at home.
Yeah. I'm just going to have to kidnap you and take you somewhere else. Let's see. I'm on my second cup of coffee, says Rennie, and I'm crocheting up coasters, mini bags, and bandanas to get ready for a market.
Wow.
I'll make other things too, but starting small right now. That's exciting.
That's wonderful.
You guys are doing great stuff. How fun. We got people teaching classes and people doing markets and people having their work in exhibitions.
Yeah.
Gosh, you guys, we're having a Banner Monday, and we rarely have a Banner Monday. You know, Mondays are a struggle sometimes. I am excited for you guys. Kitty Lover says, Scott, happy late Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Rubber Ducks says, I love the comforting vibes you two give off. Makes me feel safe in this community. You're both great. Keep being yourself.
Oh, thank you.
You're
thank
very
you.
sweet.
You're always welcome here.
Very sweet.
My art, maybe not so much, but jeez, I'm just happy.
You're on the struggle bus today, huh?
Oh, I knew I would be. I'm doing the gouache was kind of really let's see what happens kind of thing. But gouache and realism aren't really my thing. But this was the thing I was asked to do, so let's see.
Guys, again, I'm going to ask you, if you are asking for tips, please give me a more specific question.
If you want tips, go to the video section. That's where the tips are. Everything I know about gouache, everything I know about watercolor. So when someone says, do you have any tips? Say yes in the videos section.
Okay, sorry.
So
yes, in the videos section, there are tips. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't need to ask them for. Don't let them clarify. Don't ask for
Okay.
clarifications. We know what they're asking for, and we've answered it, and we just need to point them in the right direction.
Okay. Scott, I'm a very young artist and want it to become my profession when I grow up. This is Dwight Animations. But I'm very worried about the whole AI art taking jobs from artists. What do I do?
Make art for yourself. Make art that makes you happy. Don't worry about AI, because AI is going to take away a lot of jobs, because corporations are going to use the cheapest thing possible, and what we as artists have to do is create art that makes us happy, and that's it. Making a living at it is just becoming harder and harder every year. So if you notice, I'm not making a living with my art. I'm making a living telling stories about making art. Find something that makes you happy, something that you can do, whether it would be working in video games, working in movies or film, doing a YouTube channel or something like that. But you have to, as artists, we always have to navigate the world in this capitalist society and how to make a living. I've been doing it for
Too long?
30 plus years,
Yeah.
and it's constantly changing. I've been a video game designer. I've been a
Oh, yeah.
comic book artist. I've been a movie producer. I've been a writer. I've been a director. It's constantly changing every day, and you just have to keep. You have to kind of be like water. You have to just keep moving around all of the obstacles and do that. And yes, AI is going to be another obstacle.
We call it the great pivot in our house. Oh, you run into a wall, you got to pivot. Who's your favorite character from Umbrella Academy?
Oh, definitely Klaus.
Okay. And I haven't watched it, so there you go. Let's see.
Yeah, see, I just don't think I have it in me to make things look perfect anymore. Blow dryer.
Well, you always you've been, go ahead. Is the blow dryer really loud today, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me.
I want to see paint strokes, I want to
Yeah.
see stuff like that. But
Well, you've evolved past the wanting everything to look realistic. Your big thing is you want to have your own, how you see the world. And that is stylized.
yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's just that, when you do realism, you have to get rid of the paint strokes. You have to
Make it look exactly
make
like
it look, okay, no, this has to blend very subtly, and this has to look like this. And it's very sterile.
Well, that's okay. Scott is standing up when he is painting and drawing right now. Let's see. First time catching alive. This is Reese's Nixed Pieces.
Oh,
And is
nice.
hoping to finish the sketchbook page before it's over. Meowers is new to our channel. What's going on? Well, Scott's painting a little tiny mushroom in a realistic style in gouache.
I was asked to be a part of a Mariah Elizabeth, I think that's her name,
I think so.
book. It's a prompt book, and the prompt that I was given was realism. And I tried with colored pencils, and I didn't like it that much. So I'm trying it with gouache, and I'm liking it even less. But I am going to keep trying.
Let's see. Yes, the red panda suit still lives. However, I will not be wearing it in 90-degree weather with 90% humidity. So there's that. It's great in the winter and fall because you can layer it with sweatpants and then you're nice and toasty warm. Can't sit down very well because it does have a tail, but it's nice and warm. And do you want to know the single best thing about the red panda suit? It has pockets.
Does it?
It does.
Wow.
It has pockets. Which is freaking amazing, man. I love pockets. Pockets are the best. Yeah, you cannot wear it in the summer though. It just doesn't work. Let's see.
See, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this.
If it's all right to ask, what do you do when you're feeling stressed with your art? I've had so many art assignments lately that made me stressed with my own art. Any tips?
I talk about that a lot. Sometimes you just need to take a break. But if you're talking about like art assignments that you have to do, I think the best thing is just to not take it personally. You do the best you can and you move on. I mean, speaking as a 55-year-old who graduated college in 1992, right? 91.
No, honey. College was 91, baby.
91. None of it makes a difference. Your grades don't make a difference. None of that makes a difference.
That being said, you still have to do the best you can.
You do the best you can, but what I'm saying, the stress part, it's not the
God,
end of the world.
Yeah,
is
that's
what I'm
true.
is what I'm trying to get at is It's not the end of the world. You do the best you can and then you move on, and that's just a part of your life. Think about all of the stress that you had in elementary school over whatever math class, that you did, and how that math class means nothing to you right now. And you go, why did I stress about that? It was stupid elementary school. It's the same way when you're going to be 30 years old, 40 years old, and you're looking back and you're going, why did I stress out so much about that art class or whatever it might be? That's all I'm saying is you got to give
They
yourself a
don't.
little bit of perspective. Try to look at yourself in the future.
They don't have the perspective
I
right
know you
now.
don't, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
but you can because you're speaking to people who've been through it,
Yeah.
and they're saying, look, just give yourself a little
Yeah.
perspective and a little bit of grace, and everything is going to be okay. This is not a life and death situation. This is
Yeah.
purely just in the moment. This seems very stressful. Blow dryer.
Yeah. Go ahead. I will tell you, looking back, I think for me personally, all of the things that I stressed about were not worth it at the time. They felt like they were worth it at the time. But looking back, if you can do something to calm yourself down a little bit, something to tell yourself this isn't the end of the world, it would be better for you in the long run because stress is really bad for you. Scott doesn't like to watch the old stuff, but I love the old version of Mary Poppins. It makes me so happy. It's like one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Love it. I mean, who doesn't love Julie Andrews? I mean, come on.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's just like her and Dick Van Dyke. I mean, just amazing. Amazing, amazing. He's like 98 or something.
Yeah.
And still working and still doing stuff and yeah, pretty cool.
Blow dryer.
Let's see. Hold on. Ryan, good dad joke there. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not a nail polish day. What is your favorite coffee order?
I don't drink coffee. I don't even like the smell of coffee.
I was wondering what you were going to say. I found this new coffee shop that opened where we are, and they have this special coffee that they make, and it's this caramel latte, and they make it with oat milk and some kind of honey or something in it. I don't know. It's fantastic. Don't ask me what's in it, but I have a lactose problem, so I have to have oat milk, and they make it all nice and creamy, and they put a cute little heart or a little leaf or some sort of little design on the top of the latte, which just makes me happy, like ridiculously happy. I don't know why, but it does. So there you go. Let's see. You've probably been asked this before, but have you seen any Studio Ghibli movies? Like Spirited Away is probably one of the most popular, but my favorite is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
I think I tried watching one or two of them and could not get into them. I think it's just the designs are kind of gruesome, and they spent a lot of time looking at food up close, and it just wasn't really my thing. But all of my animation friends think I'm blasphemous for not liking that because they said it's the most beautiful thing ever, and these are my Disney animation friends and whatnot. And I have nothing against it. It's just my personal aesthetic didn't line up with them. But from everything I have seen, the artistry is wonderful. It's just the design choices are counter to my personal aesthetic, if that makes sense.
Oh, Kitty Lover says I'm going to enter my state fair for fine arts.
Oh, that's great.
How exciting. You should totally do it. I'm going to brag on Bethany Primrose for a minute. She entered a painting in our county fair last year and got a first place ribbon. And I'm just going to tell you how proud I am of her. And I'm going to brag on her again. In addition to doing the, she got accepted into our botanical garden, our Cheekwood Botanical Garden thing. She's doing 2 more shows this summer. And I'm super proud of her. So I want y'all to go give her a follow on her YouTube channel. She's going to do content. Not any pressure because, but she's going to do content on what she's doing in her art shows. And I'm really, really proud of her. So you go, girl.
Good job, Bethany.
Do you like hot cocoa by any chance?
Oh, yeah. Hot cocoa's the best.
Are you guys into sports?
Not to the point to where we're like rabid fans or anything like that, but I'd rather play a sport than watch a sport.
Yeah, me too. I like to do things at this point in my life. You know what I have noticed? We don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
No.
Like we used to sit and watch TV like after work or at the end of the day or whatever. We don't even turn on the big TV anymore.
No.
It's kind of funny. Are you an introvert as an artist? I am very introverted, and I think that most artists may be introverted and don't like public places or gatherings.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am. I found that I was diagnosed autistic recently, a couple of years ago, and I found that a lot of that is just the, what do you call it, overstimulation.
I'm going to say this. I think that a lot of people assume that they need to be super, super social all the time. And I think you need to take a look at yourself. And I'm saying this just from a me perspective, because I've realized, all the years going through COVID, all the other things, I do better when I get a chance to see people, like smaller groups of people. And then I have a little time for myself where it's quiet. And then I can go back and I can deal with people again. But I think you have to figure out what kind of person you are. Like, do you really like to do that? Do you want to be with people? Do you, people in short, small doses? How do you make characters look less boring?
Find better photo reference.
Scott, do you like horror games and movies?
No.
We are not a horror family. We are not at all. Do you think you could do pixel art in a video?
I did. Go to Huey Lewis's website or YouTube channel and look at the music video While We're Young. I did that. But I did pixel art back when the Sega Genesis. That was one of the first pixel art stuff I did.
What kind of gouache sketch pad are you using, honey?
Oh, this is a hot press watercolor paper.
Okay. There you go. Oh, that's right. Hot press for gouache. Let's see. Scott doesn't use acrylics. Ash Rain. I would talk to Bethany Primrose.
Yeah.
She uses oils and acrylics. She would be the better one to answer questions about that.
God,
Reese's Mixed Pieces. There are so many videos on hair.
3.
Yeah, but very detailed. So go and check
And they're shorts,
those.
not videos.
Oh, sorry, they're shorts. Let's see. Green Grim says, "Hi, I think you're both very cool. Okay, you saw it right there. We're cool. That's a big deal when you're over 50. I used to like drawing, but I stopped because it was frustrating not being able to convey the images I had in my head. Thanks for inspiring me and others to draw again."
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh, good for you. What's your favorite Doctor Who?
The 4th Doctor.
Mine was David Tennant. He was very cute. Lily, there are videos on face shapes. Is the paper you use expensive?
No, it's maybe $6 or $7 for this little one.
Oh, Ruvanya, if I butchered her name, I apologize. I'm 11 years old and really think you're amazing. You inspire me.
Oh, thank you.
That's so cute.
I cannot get this screen.
One Up Girl, I did see your comment, and I'm sorry you're going to have a rough week. And yeah, it's pretty gross out there weather-wise. Ryan, Skillshare is actually sponsoring this live, but we have not talked to them about setting up an actual course.
Well, they've offered. I'm not particularly interested in teaching. We've had a couple offers.
Yeah. Arun says, facts, college feels more enjoyable when I stopped giving a...
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. Let's see. I really love the Dragon and Centaur, and you made me want to get the guild, but I've got to save up. I wish I could get it now.
No, thank you.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going over and over the same spots if I keep doing that.
I mean, I think it's coming out good. I think it looks good.
It's just...
AF says, it helps to think about life in the long term. What matters now won't matter as much a few years down the road.
Yeah.
Boy, howdy, is that true. Apex, we have not tried that brand of colored pencils. I haven't even heard of that brand of colored pencils. Let's see. Scott's been drawing since he was about 6 or 7, and he's 55. So
there is a video called Watch My Art Grow Over 40 Years. You could see some of my younger stuff.
Okay, so Joyvial. There are teas I like to put stuff in, but my basic morning tea is exactly like you say. I don't mess with it. But there are some teas that I have in my stash that I like to put creamer in. When I do put creamer in my tea, there's a creamer I really like. It's from Trader Joe's, and it's their brown sugar oat creamer. And it's so good, and you don't even have to put sweetener in with it because it's already sweet enough. So that's my 2 cents in the world. But my everyday morning tea, no. I want it just plain black tea in the morning. I don't think we have any favorite Indian food dishes. We're not all that adventurous with our eating, and we've actually gotten less adventurous the older we've gotten because we both have food sensitivities. So that's a thing. The tea today is the Harrods Knightsbridge blend, the really strong one. Although I highly recommend if you ever have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the airport, the Berries Tea Black Box is a great tea for that because you brew that sucker strong enough and you can stand a spoon up in it and it will wake you up. Bitty Buggy, TJ's brown sugar oat creamer is incredible. Nut Pods also has some incredible plant-based creamers. I've never seen those. Nut Pods. Do I have a favorite tea? I have a section on my website, on the website that has...
website or YouTube channel?
No. I have a section on the website that's like my recommendations for journal stuff, but there's also tea recommendations on there.
Oh, okay.
So you can check that out. Let's see. I'm 10 and my art has gotten better. That's Taryn.
That's great, Taryn.
Yeah, Trader Joe's does have some gems, I'm telling you. Okay, so here's another thing that I really like with my tea. If you go to Trader Joe's, I'm sorry for those of you who are outside of the country and you don't have Trader Joe's, they have these shortbread stars. They're literally shortbread cookies with raspberry jam in the middle, and they're so good with a cup of tea. So good. Let's see. Oh, Mushroom Girl. Yeah, you're all right. You got this. I hope Scott had a great Father's Day.
I did. Thank you.
Do you think same face syndrome is a problem? I'm usually okay with drawing characters' faces quite similarly, but I heard people saying that's an issue.
Look, I think if you're drawing this, out of your head, your stuff's going to look the same. Me personally, I draw from reference, and I because of that, my stuff obviously doesn't look the same because I'm using different models. Now, people can tell that it's my art because of the way that I paint or the little styles that I do with my hair or whatever it might be. But people who draw, there was an artist named John Byrne, did comic book art, and I loved his stuff. But all of his characters, both male and female, all looked the same. They just all kind of looked the same, and they all had the same jawline. And he was still an amazing artist, but I think if you are stylizing a human and you're drawing it out of your head, you're going to tend to have a similarity to them.
Yeah.
And so if you're worried about same face syndrome, start drawing people from photo reference, and see if that helps.
A bunch of different kinds of people.
Yeah. All right. I'm just, there's not much more I can do about this. And we're 45 minutes in, and I'm like, I don't know. So, there we go. Another failed attempt.
Have you gotten any new bracelets?
I have not. We haven't gone anywhere. I have to go someplace exotic.
Yeah.
Someplace different, someplace new.
Someplace inspiring.
Yeah, and we just haven't had the luxury of being able to do that.
Yeah. We want to. Boy, do we have a list and a half, let me tell you.
Yeah.
We have a large list of places we would like to go. So,
This feels thick.
it takes money and time.
Yeah.
So,
But
are you going to talk about your class in Italy?
I did make a short of it. It was, I didn't record a lot.
Yeah.
But
were too busy.
I did make a short about it, and I think I showed the art that I made. But yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming
I can't
up on
believe
2
it's been
years
2
ago.
years. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Let's see. We are having a good day. It's really early here. It's only 9:45, so we are the day hasn't had a chance to go off the rails. So
Yeah.
we it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of nice that it's still early and quiet and hasn't gone crazy yet today. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
take it.
I still have to. Oh, for the ones who are asking for dinosaurs, there's the
Yeah, there you
dinosaurs.
go. Scott, why do you dislike your own art sometimes?
Because I compare my art to my idols. Let me show you. So I look at my art and I compare it to
Oh, J.C. Linedecker? Oh my God.
J.C. Linedecker.
You're comparing it to the Saturday Evening Post covers.
Yeah.
You're
Can you guys
so
see this
funny.
okay?
Oh, let me pan out. That'll help. Hold on a second, guys. Let me go very wide. Much better. You can push it up a little bit and then yeah, there you go. Oh, perfect. Look at the folds in those clothes.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
But yeah, I mean, just the stylization and just the way that they would, let's see if we can find some better ones. So this is JC Leyendecker, and I love when you see me do stuff with hard lines and angles. It's because of this. You know, if I take something and I give it that,
Yeah.
like, see how he's carving out that negative space with the paintbrush. That's what I always liked, but yeah. So this was JC Leyendecker.
Wait, is that Art Deco? No,
Where?
the page you were just on.
No, not really. It's just
I'm trying to learn how to recognize the different styles.
you really don't see Art Deco much in character stuff.
Okay.
Art Deco is mostly more architecture.
Okay. Okay.
And then of course there is Alphonse Mucha.
Oh yeah.
You know, look at that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Look at a beautiful painting.
And then you have Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema, which I have like all my favorite stuff bookmarked.
Yeah. Look at all the Post-its in there.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you see me drawing this, and I'm going, yeah, you know, come on. I'm, you know, it's so yeah. So I look very poorly at my work, but it doesn't mean that when I do a piece that I'm happy with, I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's every once in a while I can do something that makes me happy, but it's never to the level of what my idols were, you know, and that's really it. I'm realistic in I give myself the ability to be happy with my art, but
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's just a mushroom. And every once in a while, I'll do something that I go, okay, well that's something
my
that's a
favorite.
keeper, you
Yeah, I
know,
love that one.
and I'll go, okay, that's nice. And so I have my art drawers in the Hobbit hole, and 90% of them go into the to be sold pile, and then 10% of them are the ones that I want to keep, and that's okay. I think that's a really good ratio.
Yeah.
That if 1 out of every 10 pieces is something that you're really happy with, I think that's a really good thing. And so I just keep working and working and working, and hopefully, as the days go by or as my life goes by, I create more art that I'm really proud of.
Hannah says, don't compare, create.
Yeah. Well, we're human. We're going to.
Yeah. Who's your favorite musical artist?
Seal.
Hannah says, Scott, you're more stylistic, and that's fine. In one of your shorts, I saw a pack of Be Creative watercolor sketchbooks. May I ask where you got them?
I got them from Blick Art. This is what I'm using right now. This is the Be Creative. See, this is my favorite sketchbook. It's just textured enough to where the watercolors look really nice on it. It's 100% cotton paper, but it's not too textured to where the inks don't look good. And yeah, so this is my favorite one. I really like this one.
Joyfeel says, hey, Donna, I know you prefer journaling, so what's it like keeping up with Scott and his art lingo? You said you're trying to learn the styles. It is pretty confusing. I know it is for me. Haha. I have 35 years of listening to all the different things, and I've got 4 years of sitting here every single day with him talking about this. And honestly, I really like it because I get to learn. I don't know. it's his world. And I want to be a part of that. And so the more I learn, the more I understand where he's coming from, and the more I can sort of be a part of that. I don't know. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I just like it. I've always, the very first time I watched him put a pencil to paper, I will never forget this. We were dating, and you had this big piece of newsprint on your art table, and you just started drawing, and something just magically appeared on the paper, and I was in awe. And I was 19 years old. And honestly, to this day, he puts a pencil to a sketchbook, and we'll be sitting somewhere, like some of those drawings that you'll see, and we'll be sitting somewhere, and I just love watching things magically appear on the paper. Now, I see things completely differently than he does, but it's cool because I get to see how he sees things, and then I write about the things that I see when we're out somewhere. I don't know. It's just the evolution of our relationship, but I will never forget that very first time I watched you put something down on paper, and I was like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
It was amazing to me. So, what kind of gouache book do you use, please?
I don't use a gouache book. This is I use hot press watercolor paper, and honestly, the cheapest kinds I could find. Because the paper doesn't really matter with gouache. You just want something that has no texture.
Tell them it's a watercolor block. I mean,
This
a
is a
hot
block.
press block.
Yeah.
So their papers are glued together.
Yeah.
So they don't
You saw
work.
me earlier peeling the page off with a palette knife.
Yep. Let's see. It breaks into a rendition of Part of Your World. Lulu, you're funny. Nixia says, what is that bookmark, and why do I want to boop it?
Oh, it's not a bookmark. I was seeing if I would want to make little monsters, and I didn't like it. I was gonna see about creating different types of monsters in this little thing, and then leaving them places. I've run out of content, people. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore, and so I want to start the movie, but we can't start the movie until August, and so I'm trying to think of something I could do between now and August. And everything I come up with, I'm like, I don't want to do this.
He's not happy with it. So, yeah. But here we are. What do you think of the little guy, the little character? Let us know. And also we're going to thank our sponsor, which is Skillshare. And they've got, if you check the link in the, it's pinned comment, they're giving away 100 free subscriptions. This is a tad bit random. If you were to fuse any two fantasy creatures / beings along with any element, what would it be?
Oh, gosh.
I'm tapping out on that one.
Little Mermaid and fire.
Let's see. A Little Mermaid and fire? What? How does that even work?
That's for them to figure out. They asked me to give them two things.
I get it. Why not do Art Fight? It's only in July.
I don't know what Art Fight is.
I don't either. Have you ever drawn chibi?
No.
Tips for watercolor painting faces with heavy shadows. A lot of people have asked about shadows today, but we don't have a video on that.
I would look at the watercolor, everything I know about watercolor, and look at the technique. You're going to work light to dark, and you're going to come in with the shadows at the end. And basically, we'll just watch the video and see if that helps you.
Can we name the gremlin Harold?
You absolutely can.
The blue monster is adorable. The bells are the grandfather clock that Scott inherited from his dad. Sounds like it's time for a field trip.
Yeah, probably.
It may very well be time for a field trip.
I just
Yeah.
I've done every type of art that I can think of. I've used every medium that I want to. I have drawn every person that I've wanted to. I never wanted to be a YouTuber, so this was just kind of something to do. And I think I'm just so excited to be working on a movie again.
Yeah.
And so right now my mind is just looking at that next thing, and so it's going to be really hard for me to.
You're distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying my best. I'm trying to do these lives and try to come up with something, but it's really hard to like I was going to go into the 70s, but it's like we can't make another poster. We have to.
Well, the markers really blew it for you when the
markers,
markers
really just did not work well.
You didn't enjoy them.
So there's a lot of stuff, and I've been burnt out for a year now, and trying my best to hold on. And I was burnt out, and then I did the Gothic Vampire, and
that rejuvenated
me. And then I did the Dragon and Centaur. Then I did the Guild, and that was nice. But unfortunately, the posters, nothing is sold even close to what the Gothic Vampire is sold. And so we have a lot of posters left over. And so now I feel bad because once we start making the movies, we're not going to be able to sell the posters anymore. And so we're talking about, do we do a sale? Do we do, what do we do? And
Bethany, you don't need oxygen yet.
So there's a lot going on in my head. There's a lot going on here. And we want to walk you through. We want to take you along the making the movie, and I think that's the thing that I'll be excited about, and hopefully you'll be excited about. And I'll be journaling, and we'll be going to Spain, and we'll be going to Rome, and we'll be going to Los Angeles and New York, and so there's a lot that is coming up that we want to kind of take you along, but
they want to know what the movie is about.
Well, we're going to be doing Animal Crackers 2 and Pet Robots.
It's a sequel to the film that we made, Animal Crackers, which is on Netflix. And that came out in 2020. And we've been working aggressively to get another film going since 2020.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Let's see. It may have more to do with people's finances than your skill. Don't worry, they'll sell.
Well, thank you.
Has Scott tried drawing characters based off everyday objects like toilet paper?
Yes. Look at the Draw Everything Every Day playlist. Why
did you stop drawing for 10 years?
I was doing colored pencils, and all I had been doing was colored pencils. If you look at the Watch My Art Grow Over 40 Years video, you'll see I was doing, the last thing I did was X-Men for Marvel. I did a card series when the movie came out. And I got my art back and I looked at it and I just was just not happy with it. I just thought it just did not look good. And
you were really depressed about that.
I was really depressed. Yeah. And I got the gig to do Spider-Man. And so I just focused on the digital stuff. I was doing 3D for 10 years. I did the Dreamland Chronicles. I did a bunch of other stuff. And when I was in my 40s, when I finally decided to go back and I tried colored pencil again, didn't like it. And then so I took up watercolor and I just taught myself watercolor. And that gave me something to learn. And then I discovered Art Nouveau and so on. But I just really, I get burnt out from doing the same thing over and over and over again.
You've been creating content for 4 years. and for social media. And it's whatever content creators tell you, it is rough to keep coming up with something original and new and fresh every single time you go live or every single time you need to make a video. So, Dalton, to answer your question, we are not going to quit YouTube.
No. Our kids won't let us.
Yeah, our kids
our boys are like, you better not,
don't leave those people in the lurch.
Don't leave them down.
We're
you got
like,
3 million people.
Yeah, this from the kids who want nothing to do
They
with
don't want to
social
be on
media.
social media. They don't want to.
But they won't let us get off social media. They're like, but
They're like,
you have all these people
You're
now.
doing good, Dad. You're doing good.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah, no, we're not going anywhere in that way. It's just I can't keep making art content.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
And being happy about it. The same way I couldn't keep doing colored pencils. So I went digital and then I went to watercolors. So we're just the channel's I'm still gonna keep all my videos, but we're gonna change and start doing basically like vlogs, updates.
What Velocichungus is asking is, can you show us how you make storyboards for movies?
Yeah,
that is 100% what we're going to pivot to.
Like we're going to be working with John and Emily again, and Stallone and DeVito and McKellen, and so I'll get them to come say hi. Maybe we could do some lives or whatever it might be. But that's the thing that's what the channel will be from there, because that's what my life will be. Yeah. And I think hopefully that'll be. My life has changed throughout my career, so I started off in video games, and I did 16-bit video games, and then I did I was a game designer, and then we went down to Los Angeles, and then I was working in comic books. I was doing Star Trek covers, and then I got into TV and film. I did the Casper movies and Power Rangers, and then so my career is constantly changing, and I think that works well with my attention span. And this is it's time. It's time for us to do this. Yeah,
it's time for something new.
But for the next month and a half, though, you're still going to see me making art.
We just have to figure out what that art's going to look like. What happened to the sketchbook cover with the leather?
Oh, I still have it. It's just a little cumbersome, so I just took it off.
Yeah, it's easier to show you guys things on the live when we don't have to fumble through different things. What app do you use for your animations, and who makes the sprites for your video thumbnails?
The app we use for the animation for the film is Maya, and Tracy Bailey is the artist who did the Disney talented. Princess Me. And she's not really on social media, but she's just amazingly talented, and I'm trying to convince her to get back onto social media.
Yeah, she's so talented.
Once
talk about introverted though. She is one of the ones who is very introverted artist and very insecure in her work, and she's freaking phenomenal. Like she does beautiful work, but your typical introverted artist.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
80s music, some 90s music. I like Seal. I like the Beatles.
What's your favorite art piece you've ever done?
It changes from time to time. I think I keep coming back to the trans one. I love just the flow of the hair, and it was a wonderful photo reference that I used, and the photographer gave me permission to use it. And I just really like it. I like the pink hair and everything.
Let's see. So the original cast is coming back, says Dalton.
Except for Gilbert Gottfried, because he passed away.
Nixie says, we are making a movie. Get excited. You're so funny.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the art style of the Spider-Man animated movies and Puss in Boots? The Last Wish animation styles are very unique, and I was wondering, will you try to do that for your animated movie?
That's something we're going to talk about, because I don't want to be, those are so amazing, and I don't want to be a trend follower. I think we need to, especially there's a possibility we might be getting a 10-picture deal. And if that's the case, we really need to lock down a unique style for our studio.
Just for us. And
so, I think you're going to see that style seeping into, like, Nimona had that style too. And I think that's just become a very fun, popular style. The problem is if it starts creating more workflow problems. It's one thing if that's a particular look that we can incorporate. It's another thing if we have to go in and create new shaders or create new keyframes for. I think
There's a lot that goes into the animation process.
You know, those are $150 million budget films, and
that is not where our budgets are.
Our budgets are like 20.
Yeah,
and so I think in that case, it's something that we're going to look and say what is feasible and what's unique to us. We want our stuff to look like our own stuff, but when you don't have those kind of budgets, you don't have that kind of R&D.
You don't have the luxury to go back and do things 26 times.
We have to be scrappy and fun.
Which is where we are. We love being scrappy. We're a small company. Our animation studio is not small, but it's small-ish, compared to other ones. But we like being able to pivot. We like being able to be like, we're going to try this or we're going to try that, within the confines of the budgets and things that we have.
Yeah.
Craig says maybe live character development, have a new character come to life before our eyes. That's exactly the plan. We want you to see how it works.
Yeah, we'll be out in Spain and we can sit down and we'll set stuff up to where we can do that. And we'll do as much stuff as we can live, but other than that, I'll give you guys video updates.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know if Scott will be the one doing the editing anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find an editor, most likely at our studio, that will be able to do that. Colleen says, what a privilege for us to be able to see the process. It's been a privilege for us to be here with all of you guys, and it's been an honor to have you supporting us along the way, and much appreciated. And we want to be able to give back to you guys for all you've given to us.
Yeah. You guys have kept us going.
Yeah.
And the last 4 years have been very difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And us just as much. We've had we've lost both of our dads. We've had health issues. We've had financial troubles. Everything that everybody else is going through, we've been going through.
Yeah.
We were empty nesters. Our kids, graduated and went off to college. And so I feel like we're all going through this stuff together, and anything I can share, or I have been able to share along the way, to encourage you guys to keep going. You guys have also given to us, and
that's why we're still here, guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate.
We're still here because you've believed in us and you've come alongside, and you come here in the mornings,
and the mods especially.
God.
They become our friends, and
we would not be here without them.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We appreciate you so much. And we wouldn't still be here without you guys. Let's see. Okay, so we don't know what the live situation is going to look like, Varun. What we're hoping to do is lives from the various locations that we are. Yeah. Like if we're recording somebody in a session, we will take you guys along and show you what a recording session looks like. I mean, how cool would that be? I had no clue what it was like.
Yeah, actually, let me do this. I will show you.
So we'll have to let you know, but for now, everything is status quo and stays the same until we tell you otherwise. Everything's not moving. Scott has tried sculpting with clay, but it was not a good situation, and it's something he would like to try in the future. Man, your kids are doing good work keeping you active on the internet. A lot of people, including me, get inspired by you guys. You and Donna are very positive. That's why I like you. That's vintage vibes. Well, we appreciate it, and we really do mean it. I'm not blowing sunshine. You know, guys, that I don't do that. We really mean it when we say we would not be standing here if it wasn't for you guys. So we really appreciate you, and especially our mods who've believed in us enough to sit here and help us out and do all of these things with us. How do you keep at a piece of art? I get to the ugly phase and I just can't get past it. That's Philippa.
I do smaller pieces. You notice I'll do something that's 90 minutes, and that gets me through.
smaller time-wise and smaller size-wise, right?
Yeah, do smaller pieces, and then when you're ready. Okay, so this is kind of stuff that you'll see. This was us. Let me see if I can.
See if we can get it going.
Yeah, let me see if I can just save it. Hold on.
Hold on. The plot is not set in stone yet. That's something that's being worked on.
So this is the kind of stuff this is John and Emily. This was back in 20.
Guys, sorry. I guess I'm gonna do it then.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were dealing with such a Debbie Downer.
There's
guys.
John there
Sorry.
and Emily there.
I guess I'm gonna do it then.
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna quit my father's company and I will rebuild this circus as Bob and Talia wanted.
Okay, Zoe, your dad's leaving you a company.
I don't care.
And money.
I don't
so
care.
you can't.
I've always loved this circus, and I know you do too.
It's a
I know
And you can see me there. There's me recording it.
Love it.
I'm not playing baseball.
Love this circus, and you
Not
just
on the
need a little
Yankees.
time
I
to
love
come
baseball.
around.
Not on the Yankees.
It's not the same thing.
It's
the size.
similar.
You know what? It's gonna
The
be fun.
Yankees have a stadium.
It's
Anyways, that's
What
basically
an
what it's like to
experience. He
to-
will
and
not
so-
be wearing the same hats
Yes.
this time around, guys.
But the thing is
We've
that
matured.
we'll do our best to bring you guys along to all of
Yeah.
that stuff, and we have to ask permission with the actors too. Are you guys okay with us
Yeah, video.
posting this? Because
It'll have to
they're
be in
not
the
coming in
contracts
makeup
and-
or anything like that, and that's the part of the
Yeah.
appeal is they don't have to be dressed
They come
up for
in.
that.
They can come in sweatpants
Yeah,
and whatever else, and we had two different experiences with Ian McKellen. Scott was in the studio with Ian McKellen, and he came in and he first met him, and he was completely dressed up, and he had this scarf, and he looked wonderful, right? I came into the studio with him, and he was much more casual.
It was like in his pajamas or something.
He was much more casual. And to be perfectly honest with you, it was a wonderful experience because he was just like a little grandpa to me, and he was just wonderful and very casual and very chill, and it was awesome. So we had completely different experiences, which was great. But burnout is a thing, says Hannah. It really is.
It is. And you have
Sienna
to be...
says, I love how you're always honest about what's going on. We try to
try.
be.
I mean, there's a lot of what you see online is so fake, and because of that, so many young people and so many artists and so many you get the wrong impression of what it's like to be a human, and it sets
a human on social media.
It sets
Unrealistic.
unattainable expectations for your body image, for your art, for your job, for your relationships, and
100%.
And so I think like we don't like to show everything about our lives. We don't like to talk about how the struggles that we're going through, whatever. I do that with my art, but relationships are tough. Being a parent is tough. Being a human is tough.
Yep.
So we do our best, but we also want to keep a little bit of our private life
because you guys don't need to hear every time we have a problem.
I think I think it's good just if you're planning on making a social media, you don't have to show every aspect of your life.
No, you do not. And people will ask you for everything, and you don't have to share everything.
Yeah.
Share what you're comfortable with.
You're not obligated to show anything.
You're not.
You don't have to have a social media presence. There's no need to if you don't want to. No. Our boys don't.
No, our boys are not interested
our
in social
media.
media.
Our boys are 21 and they're
at all.
All right. Well, it's getting late, and
it is indeed.
We want to thank Skillshare again.
We do.
For forcing me to go live 3 times a week. I think this is as best as I'm going to get it. But
why was there a card with the Cheesecake Factory in the sketchbook? That was a napkin.
Those are napkins I was using because I was painting. I was painting some of this while we were waiting for
because
food.
we went to the Cheesecake Factory for lunch, and my husband and I brought our sketchbooks, and we sat at the table.
And if something is still a little wet, I'll put some napkins down just so that way it doesn't hit the other
So
page.
Donna walked over to the bar and grabbed a little stack of napkins so Scott could pad the sketchbook with the napkins. So we do, you guys are, it's funny, we do exactly what we say we do. It was the first time we went out and he actually pulled out the paints. And so, and the server was actually very sweet. She's like, "Oh, I'll get you water. I didn't know if you wanted ice in your water." It was paint water. It was really funny. So, yeah, don't forget to claim your free month of Skillshare. The link is in the bio, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we will figure out what we're going to do.
And don't buy any posters in the next couple days until we can talk to Bethany about we're going to do a sale. And we want to make sure that we want to make sure that anybody who has already bought a poster gets an extra special thing, so that way they don't feel left out. So we're going to give you like credit. Yeah.
Arun has one final question about where does all the money go when you make a movie?
Okay, so we'll use the budget of $20 million. 15 of that goes into the animators, the storyboards, the all of that.
In a film that we make.
Yeah. 5 of that is going to go to, the other 5 is going to go to...
Mostly actors.
About 2.5, about half of that's going to go to the cast
and music.
And the voice recording. And then there's another, $500,000 that's going to go to music and our composer. And then there's producer fees, there's writer's fees, there's director's fees, and then there's a lot of travel. So we have legal fees and accounting fees. And
there's
then we're
studio
also
fees every time you record with the actors. Studio fees are insane.
And then we're going to also be setting up an office space in LA too, so we can fly out there and just have like a little office and stuff. But that's pretty much it. But three-quarters of it goes into the actual, they call it below the line, that goes into
production
the actual production expenses. And then the last quarter is the above the line. It's the cast, it's the producers, it's the writers, it's the music, it's the directors, editing, all
in
that
our
stuff.
film. We're just speaking from our experience.
We don't know what Disney does with $150 million. It could be $20 million payouts to the actors. It could be CEOs. It could be producers. And I don't know, but we do our best to...
we pay our people who actually work on our film. We pay the animators.
Yeah. I mean, look, because we're not getting we're not able to pay. Like when we did it, the first movie, there were people. Some of our best talent was getting pulled away from a company that had another film. A $60 million budget in Spain, and so you can't do anything about it because. But we try to put as much money into the film as possible, and
so people want to work on your project.
Yeah.
So, and hi to Richard. And
hey Richard.
Thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate you.
We will see you on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll have something a little more interesting to do.
We will. And
no more mushrooms.
No more mushrooms. Thanks for sticking around. You guys have a marvelous Monday. We will see you on Wednesday, and do something nice for yourself. We'll see you guys later. Bye.